Matt Melzak joins us in studio now. And Matt, I know there's not a lot to talk about considering the final score. Mud Hens gave up 20 runs, 9 home runs, and man, some days it's just like that.
Well, it's baseball. You're going to have some games like that. There's going to be some blowouts one way or the other, but I think this one certainly falls on the backs of MLB. And the reason why I say that is it is pretty ridiculous that Toledo had to play a game on the 3rd at home at night and then turn around and play the next day in Omaha, Nebraska. Have to get up early to catch a flight. You got to take the first one just in case there's issues. So many things that go awry. So, you're asking players to turn around and leave the ballpark at, 10 to 11 o'clock at night, one night, turn around, be there at 5 a.m. to get up to the airport, to take a flight to Omaha, land in Omaha, get to the ballpark and play another game. It really, I would put it more on their backs than I would the Mud Hens, because that is nightmarish travel.
Spoken like a man who has done that kind of crazy travel at length. Of course, the Hens off tonight, but their next 12 games all on the road, starting with a doubleheader tomorrow in Omaha, one of those a makeup date. If you are the Mud Hens, how do you bounce back after a game like Monday, knowing that you have such an extended road trip coming up? You
know what, Dorian? These guys are so pro. I guarantee you they've already just moved on past it. From the coaching staff to the players, they're all just, hey, throw it out. You know what? We were tired. A lot of things happen. It's a difficult day to get there and just play a game. So you know what? It happens. You ran into a team that was hitting a whole bunch of home runs. That happens too. The way baseball is, you're going to lose a game like that. You start looking at the schedule, and there's going to be 20 games this year probably that are decided by big margins. Where it's 5, 6, 7, 8 plus runs. That's just the way the schedule goes. You just hope you land on more of those in your column than in the loss column.
Well, Friday night's loss to the Louisville Bats here, one of those that ended in one of those lopsided scores, landed in the loss column. And that is where the Mud Hens have found themselves half the time over the last 2 series. They haven't won a series since the middle of June, and that was on the road at Worcester. What do the Hens need to do to pick up a game here or there and start winning these series, especially as now you're getting into the midway point of the season?
Well, I think the key there is, Dorian, you're not losing those series. Yes, you might be treading water a little bit the last 2 series at home, but the key to that is, though, each Sunday they had an opportunity to walk away with the win in the series. It just didn't work out for them in either one, but they had the opportunity to win there. They ended up, as you mentioned, with the split there, 3 wins, 3 losses. So you weren't losing series. As long as you're not losing series and you keep throwing in some wins as you go along the line, you're going to have a good record. That's why the Mud Hens are in the top part of the division, is because of the fact that the majority of the time they've won series or they've tied them. They have not lost a lot of series this year. And as long as they continue to do that and continue that trend, they'll be there in the end. And when we're in September, we'll probably be talking about a push to maybe win the division.
There's been a really good, bright spot for the Hens lately, and that has been Baddoo, hitting better than 500 over his last 27 bats. What is the one thing that he is doing that is really allowing him to have such success at the plate?
Well, I think he's got that confidence, that swagger going again. I mean, it's so hard when you're struggling. Every day you're going over, you can't seem to get anything to land. And then all of a sudden, a couple of good hits, a couple of home runs against Louisville, and all of a sudden that changes everything. And then the next thing you know, you start going up there with confidence, you start seeing the ball better. It's amazing how much confidence is such a big factor in the game of baseball. It is so hard to even get a hit 3 times out of 10 at bats. And if you do that, you're A, major leaguer, B, you're probably going to the Hall of Fame if you continue to do that. So to get that confidence going and that feeling when you go up to the plate that you're going to hit no matter who you're going against, it's an important part of the game. And Baddoo, this is a guy who's very talented. I mean, we saw that last year in Detroit. He was a Rule 5 pick out of high A ball. I mean, he hadn't gone against anyone above A ball, and he held his own in Detroit last year. Matter of fact, really penciled himself in that he was going to be their center fielder to start this year. And then, you struggle out of the gate, and the next thing you know, that confidence is shot for a while. And sometimes it takes a while to get that back. Right now, the way he's going, he's looking like that guy that we saw last year in Detroit. The talent is there, Dorian. It's just a matter of him continuing to do that.